Namaskar and welcome back to another episode of Unlocking Stars with Abhishek, a series on Brihat Parashara, Hora Shastra. We have been doing chapter 44, longevity. So, in continuation with that, today we will be doing verse number 16 to 22. So, to enlighten us, to tell us more about these verses, we have with us our astro expert, Abhishek. Welcome, Abhishek. He will be enlightening us, he will be explaining us uh, all the secrets associated with longevity, which is there in these verses. So over to Abhishek.
Thank you very much. It's a tribute in the lotus feet of Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara. Through this commentary, we are just trying to pay our humble and respectful tribute in the lotus feet of Mahaguru. There are three layers broadly of these mystical verses. The first one is the Sabdarth level. It's a translation, the meaning only, up to that meaning. That is called the gross level only. Then we will go more deep, dig down the subtle level, that is the Tattvarth level. So a good seeker, great seeker, blessed seeker can reach up to the Tattvarth level. Most of the people are just touching at the gross level only. And then the last subtlest level, that is the Rahasyarth level. So Rahasyarth of these verses can only be attained by the Guru Kripa, Guru Upay. Guru is the only Upay. Although we are just trying to decode these verses as per my capacity, or whatever blessings by Mahaguru and Jagatguru Sri Mahadev. Longevity is a really very complex subject. Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara indicated like it's even Devatas. It's very difficult for Devatas. Durlabham Surerapi, he is saying. So how difficult it is. He has prescribed so many techniques so that we could apply multiple techniques to validate and must validate before going to do the Falades. And it's very imperative for any Devagyas to do the longevity calculation for his native, for his subject. Without doing this task, he is not able to understand the karmic pattern in his life, the up and downs in his life. He is not able to understand how yogas will work or not work. So longevity calculation is very complex, but longevity calculation is very essential for any Devagyas. Dr. B.B. Raman, one of the greatest astrologer of modern time, even you can say the father of modern astrology, you can say in India. He used to publish magazine, astrological magazine. Still that is, people are doing. He has just established a parampara that is going on. So on the very beginning of on the title of the magazine, I'm not going through these magazines nowadays, but when Raman Saha was there, so one verse, he always put one verse on his magazine, and that's very important to understand, and that will give you indication. He's saying Halani graha charen suchiyanti manisinaha ko vakta tartamasya tamekam vedasa vina. So that is the limitation of astrologer. So he's, through this verse, our sages are saying, like these grahas, these planets are indicating about the phalas. They are giving the indication, they are giving the suchana, information to the Manishi. Manishi means the Devagya, means astrologer. So Suchiyanti Manisinaha. So these planets are giving indication, giving Suchana to Manisis, to Devagyas, and on the basis of those information, Manisis, Devagyas, astrologers are doing the Halades. But the real certainty, what will happen, only Brahma knows, only Creator knows. So how uncertain the play of uncertainty and probability is happening. So we should remember. And that is very much applicable in this longevity calculation. Because so many variables are there. So many variables. Even karmas is playing also a role. We know the story of Markandeya, Rishi Markandeya. He got Alpayu. Then his father told him to do the Sivupasana, and he started the power of Mahamrityunjay mantra. We know he came up with this mantra, and when Yamaraj came to catch his pran, then Lord Shiva appeared, and according to the horoscope, according to the chart, he was Alpayu, but we know the story. What happened? Even in modern time, one of our Shankaracharyas of Badrika Ashram, Swami Avimukteswarananda, his horoscope also of the Alpayu, and his father throw him to the temple, go and worship and be a monk, and then he is still talking, he is still alive, he is the Sankaracharya. So how longevity calculation is tricky. If you believe only on the chart, the continuously dynamic variables are working. That's why people are coming, the beginners are mainly in this Shastras coming, by my calculation, this is coming that much, but this native actual age is this. Because you are doing the static calculation, a lot of dynamic things are happening in the background. That is making this Shastra very intuitive, making this Shastra very divine. Without divine connection, no one can enter into this Shastra, because all the Shastra are killed by Mahadev himself. No one can enter into this Shastra without his permission. So we should just take his permission now. Let's come. Let's immerse in the prayer of Sri Mahadev. Then we will enter into the Mahaguru Parashara Mahakathan related to the longevity calculation. Today he is going to reveal new techniques. Let's come. आत्मा त्वं गिरिजा मती सहचराः प्राणाः शरीरं गृहम् पूजा ते विषयोपभोग रचना निद्रा समाधि स्थितिः संचारः पदयोः प्रदक्षिण विधिः अस्त्रोत्राणि सर्वा गिरो यत् कर्म करोमि तद् अखिलम् शम्भो तव आराधनम् करचरण कृतं वा कायजं वा कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वा पराधम् विहितं विहितं वा सर्वमेतत् क्षमस्व जय जय करुणावद्धे श्री महादेव शंभो जय जय करुणावद्धे श्री महादेव शंभो जय जय करुणावद्धे श्री महादेव शंभो जय गुरुदेव हर हर महादेव. After paying our respectful prayer in the lotus feet of great Guru, Sri Mahadev. Now we are ready to enter into the Mahaguru Parasar Mahakathan. So we are in the verse 16. Now Mahaguru is going to reveal the new technique. He is going to bless a new technique that is called Nisarg Aayu. Nisarg Aayu. So up to 15th verse, 2 to 15th, he revealed the Pindayu technique. Today he is coming up with the Nisarg Aayu technique. Although in Saravalli Kalyan Verma categorizes like we should apply Nisarg Aayu technique when moon is strong. Although Maharshi Parasara is not coming up like that. But after that, this Shastra is Naveen, this Shastra is always Avinav. So our great Acharyas are coming, always coming. Great Gurus are coming and giving us more reflection. If there is no commentary on these abstract verses, if there is no real Acharyas are coming up, then it's very, very hard for any common person like us, like me, to understand this great Shastra. So Kalyan Verma, the great Guru, in Saravalli, he declared that one. Like Pindayu, when sun is strong, you go for that one. And the Nisarg Aayu, when moon is strong, you go for that one. In this manner, he came up. So the technique is similar of the Pindayu. The only thing, the allocation of the Ayus, the allotment of the Ayus to the Grahas are different in this format, in this scheme. Basically, the scheme. So, Mahaguru, let's immerse in the verse and try to feel the revelation from Guru Mukh, what Mahaguru is saying. Let's come. Parasaruvacha atha vipra Nisarg Aayuhake tanam kathayaham. That is the declaration. Hey Vipra. There are so many categorizations. If I go for the definition of the Vipra and Brahman, and they are different. So Mahaguru is referring him today, Vipra, who is doing the sadhana, the karma kand, the mimansi. So you can understand the stature of Maitreya also along with the Parasa. One who can listen Parasa directly, you can understand his stature. Because why I am stressing upon these things, most of the people are not referring there. Is starting the astrology from Brihat Parasa Hora Shastra only. But Maharshi Parasara is the 18th Pravartak. We got a 17th earlier Pravartak also. Mahaguru Maharshi Parasa all the time referring to his gurus, his Purvarti Maharshis. So all the revelations, these are scattered in our Puranas, in our Granthas, Sanatan Granthas. So the Vipra can understand those things. If you go to those Shastras, you can find Maitreya once again. Time and again you can find Maitreya. Maitreya was also not an ordinary sage. Now Mahaguru is saying, hey Vipra, hey Maitreya, now I am going to tell you about the Nisarg Aayu, new technique I'm going to tell you. And now technique is revealing. Chandraragya Sitejya Arka Sanina Kramasobdaka Ekadvaya Kanakadrityam Kritaha Panchasa Devahi Janma Kalat Kramaj Geya Dasas Chaita Nisargaja. Now he is allocating. He is saying, starting from the Chandra. So that is the indication. I'm just taking you to the Pindayu. When he started the allocation in the Pindayu, starting from the sun. That's why Kalyan Burma is coming up. Sun is strong because Maharshi Parashar is saying something. It has some meaning. Then he is saying sun is strong. Go for that one. Now is starting from moon, giving importance to moon. That's why Nisarg Ansh technique. He said, go for if moon is strong. So how Maharshi Parashar is talking, how he's giving the reflection. That's why I was talking about the 3 layers. The last layer, very few people exist who can talk. But at least as much as we can do on this open platform, we can do. Rahasyarth cannot be done on open platform also. So starting from the Chandrama, he is giving Eka, so 1 year. And then he is going like that. Chandrama and then Mars, Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Sun and Saturn. Starting from Chandrama, then Mars, then Mercury, then Venus, then Jupiter, then Sun, then Saturn. Allocating the age for Chandrama 1 year, for Mars 2 years, for Mercury 9 years, for Venus 20 years, for Jupiter 18 years, and for Sun 20 years. For Sun 20 years, and for Saturn 50 years. So in this technique, Saturn got 50 years. Starting from the Chandrama got 1 year in this technique. So we should analyze the chart, understand the chart, starting from the moon. Mars is indicating. So where we will analyze that one. So that is from the period of the birth. He is saying Janma Kalat Kramad Geya Dasas Chachat Nisargada. So in this technique, Mahaguru Maharshi Parashar never ever talking about the rectification. He is not talking about the Haran or Bharan. He is not talking about the rectification. But some acharyas believe, because we should follow the same method of the rectification also, what being followed in Pindayu. So just follow the same method, same rectification, what we followed in Pindayu calculation technique. Only the difference is allocation of the gross age given by each planet. And most of the acharyas believe that one. They agreed. So there is no conflict of opinion, difference of opinion in that case. So that is the Nisarg Ansh. So any chart is coming up, then you can just look for if moon is strong or not. That is a catch. Or but for beginner, you can apply any chart. You can apply. That is the practice. So that is the revelation of Nisarg Ansh. This is the Nisarg Ansh. That is from Mahaguru Maharshi Parashar. Technique is similar, so not much verses are allocated for this one. If you go at the highest level, then you can get the indication about why these years are being allocated. So that is also not illogical. When civilization started, everybody was when people are living in caves, and then if anything happening, that's a fearsome. If rain is happening, that's a fearsome, and everything is just like a surprising. So this is the similar situation of the modern so-called astrologers at the moment when reciting, when I'm trying to read these Parashar, classical Parashari verses. There is no logic, but that is the incompetency, our incompetency at the moment. Now that can be achieved through the spiritual practices only. So this is the Nisarg Ayu technique. Now Mahaguru Maharshi Parashar is moving further and going for another technique that is called Ansayu. So before going forward, if you have any questions related to Nisarg Ayu, then we can discuss. Otherwise, we can move further.
My only question is Nisarg Ansh should be attempted only if one has a strong moon. Otherwise, it will not be giving accurate result. Is it?
It's a very interesting question because for longevity, people are asking always about the accuracy. And even accuracy in the prediction has to be asked for any prediction. Even Pindayu or even other techniques, they might give inaccurate results because so many factors, so many variables are there that has to be balanced. That precaution or that indication provided by Kalyan Verma, because he realized if moon is strong, then we should follow this method, and that we can also get reflection from here because Mahaguru is starting from the Chandra, and in Pindayu he started from Surya, but he never said. So he never said you go only when moon is strong. But that is the reflection of one of the greatest acharyas of his time. So we should respect that one. So that is the thing. But otherwise, in Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara is not restricting yourself because that is his style. He is opening the field. He's opening the field to play. You come and do research because he has to increase the thrust of the Devagyas so that new knowledge will come up. For any technique, even for longevity, he was saying there are so many techniques. I'm giving you some sarans. So whatever technique he has not revealed, there are other techniques also. So accuracy depends upon a lot of things. The most important thing is blessings. But we can take a note like Nisarg Ayu technique we can use when moon is strong in the chart. That is the widely practicing, like people are practicing that one. So
Thank you.
and Pindayu we can use when a strong sun is there. Now Mahaguru Maharshi Parashar talked about a strong sun, Pindayu, strong moon, Nisargayu. Now he is coming for a strong Lagna, Ansayu. So let's come. He is going to reveal the Ansayu, this technique. Through verse 18, he is declaring, Parasaruvacha अथ अंसायु सलग्ना नाम खेटा नाम katha kathayamyam. Now he is saying, now Maitre, I'm going to tell you about the Ansayu. Ansayu. So that is the ans, that is the contribution from the Lagna. Lagna is giving something, blessings. How that can be done, he is revealing. नवांस राशि तुल्यानि खेट बरसानि यच्छति Bhadim khagam khagaiha surere hatva tad bhaga ganadikam kritva sansetitam geya sabdya ayusa asputam. That asput is very popular word to get the value. So he is coming up the year. The year is number of the Navansa counted from the Aries. So start from Aries is the starting point of the counting. So you have to start counting from the Aries. From the Aries, and number of Navansa, one Navansa is equal to 1 year. Then Mahaguru is coming up with the calculation. Now calculation is coming up. And calculation is multiply the longitude, whatever longitude, 108. Multiply the longitude, 108. And precaution we have to take, if it is the multiplication, the product will come up more than 12. That is more than 12. Then again multiply. Then subtract the multiple of the 12, mainly. Subtract the multiple of the 12. And consider the final product. Whatever the product you will get, the Rasi. So the Rasi degree, that will become year. Rasi will become year. Degree will become month. So this is the technique. This is the Ansh Aayu technique that came up. That is the Ansh Aayu technique. And whatever the Haran, like the rectifications has to be imposed accordingly. So that is the revelation of Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara for this one. Now he is giving more information regarding this technique. Pindayuriva tatrapi hanim kuryadavi vichachanaha atra aparo viseso api kaimichida vigyairudahitaha. So we have to do the haran, the reductions, whatever the reduction we are doing, we did in Pindayu, we have to do all except the Krudodaya haran, we have to not apply. We will not apply in this case. That we are not going to apply in this case. Then he is giving further more information. Sadhi tayu khage swa uche swa kshetre va trigunam asmritam duigunam swastha sasthe swadres kanet tathottame ubhayatra gate khete karyam trigunamevhi hani duyer ardh haniha Sayyadityasu prasputam nrinam. So it is like through the verse number 20, he has already give instruction. That is the directive from the Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara. So same reduction we have to apply. What we are going to we have applied for the Pindayu technique. So that was for combustion, we know half reduction we are doing, and 1/3 reduction we did for the anemical sign, and for the visible half, that reduction we also did. So these are the reduction we did in the Pindayu technique. So we will do that one. Now Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara just in further verses he is saying like the correction of Ansayu, the correction of the, we have to do the correction of Ansayu. So we need to increase threefold the contribution of a planet in exaltation. So if planet is in exaltation, so threefold. So increase the threefold the contribution of a planet in exaltation or in own sign, Swachetri, and double the contribution of that planet if the contributor is in own Navansa or in own decanate. That is the belief, that is the directive from Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara. So in this way, we can understand the final lifespan of the Jatak, of the native, through this Ansayu technique. Ansayu technique is a bit calculative, tricky. So similarly, what we did, like in the last episode, a case study we did to explain the Pindayu, how Pindayu will work. And Pindayu and Nisarg Ansh technique is quite similar. So in the next episode, we will do the case study example for the Ansayu. Nisarg Ansh we will not do because there is no requirement. Quite exactly the same thing has to be done. So that is the revelation. That is the theoretical part. That is the revelation. How we will calculate the Ansayu. So when Lagna is strong, we should opt for this technique. Usually we should opt for this technique when Lagna is strong, because in these verses, Mahaguru is talking about the position of the Lagna. So where Lagna is there. So from the Aries, he is counting the Lagna. Focus is on Lagna. So that's why this is the reflection. This is the indication why this technique is being applied when Lagna is strong. Similarly, in case of the Nisarg Ansh, starting from the Chandrama. So that's why when Chandrama is strong, that technique. So these are the reflections, and as slowly that will come up when we go to these verses 1 time, 2 times, 100 times. Then every time these verses are new and always giving new meanings. So this is the beauty of this Mahavishnu Puran. This is the beauty of this Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra. So these are the two techniques. That's from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhishek. For the last technique that we did, Ansh Aayu, I have one question, because one thing which is being added in this is a bharan, the correction, the multiplication that we are doing either with 2 or with 3. So if it is like in case of 2, what we are saying, if it is in Swa Navansh or it is in Swa Drishkan, then you have to multiply whatever you're getting for that planet with 2. So is that, if it is in both the cases, like if it is fulfilling both the conditions, is it to be multiplied with 4 or with 2 only then?
No, with 2 only. So I would like to clarify that Bharan Sanskar, Bharan, like that, blessings are coming. So you have to add up. So that is the case, because the avastha is going to be improved. So avastha is going to be improved. The planet is very happy. Planet is blessing in this. So in that case, if the planet is Vargottam, so you are talking about that one. So if planet is Vargottam, or it is in own Rasi, or it is in own Navansa, then, or it is in own Decanate, Dreskan. So in that case, double the age. We have to double the age, just multiply by 2. So that is the Bharan. And if it is exalted, then multiply by 3 in that case. If exalted, that's multiply by 3. And the thing is, one thing we have to take a note, that's very important. If the planet is exalted and Vargottam both at the same time, the planet is exalted at the same time Vargottam, then what we will do? So we will do the Bharan 1 time only, the double only. We will not apply the 2 times. So that has to be, we have to be very careful.
Thank you so much.
This is the,
friends, anything else you want to say?
No, this is the revelation by Mahaguru Maharshi Parashara. We are just a messenger. What we are understanding from the verses, try to explain. although it depends upon the capacity, because this is the ocean. So anyone can come up with a new interpretation and give his feedback, give his comment. Most welcome.
So friends, that's all for today. If you have any questions, feedback, and suggestions, you can write to us in the comment section. So we will be continuing with this with an example of Ansh Aayu in the next episode. So thanks for listening to us. Thank you. Thank you, Abhishek.
Thank you. Jai Gurudev.